With us here on Mid-Cap Radar, the market is up about 50 points, 53 odd points or so, and it's pushing up as we speak. We're at almost the day's highest point. Not quite there yet, but not very far as well. I mean, the Bank Nifty is at the day's high. It's up about 190 points right now, 27,699. So 2 points short of the day's high on the Bank Nifty. And we quickly take a look at the mid-cap index, which is also, actually, mid-cap index is underperforming like yesterday. It's actually flat. And the small-cap index will come up on your screen as well. That is absolutely flat as well. But the large caps are charging away at 10,864. More cues out of Europe as those markets open right about now. Anish, afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prashant. Well, yes, we have been fairly range-bound for most part of the day. But interestingly, the 100-day moving average is at around 10,873 and the day's high is at around 10,870. So we are finding it difficult to break above that 100-day moving average. Let's see whether we do that decisively today or not. But as we were talking, we have global tailwinds for our markets today. Let's see how European markets have opened, because the expectation was that the markets will open anywhere between 0.5% to 1% higher. They are watching out for the US-China trade talks, which made unscheduled third day as well, and the comments after the conclusion of that meeting have been positive. As you can see, FTSE is up around 50 points and the French CAC as well up around 0.8%. But then there are a lot of cues to track in our own markets, so let's kickstart the show with the top headlines. Mixed global cues keep key indices range bound on Dalal Street. The Sensex and the Nifty off the day's low. Nifty Bank trades in line. Mid-caps, however, underperform.
Brent crude oil prices have spiked to over $59 per barrel. Rupees depreciated to trade near the 70.4 levels against the dollar. Bond yields remain higher near the 7.47 levels.
Well, PSU Bank subdued today after CNBC TV18 learns that the Reserve Bank has rejected any special forbearance for IL&FS Group loans. Innocent Bank trades lower ahead of the third quarter earnings, which is expected just in a few minutes.
Stocks and news today. Infosys gains on the back of news that it will consider a buyback and a special dividend on the 11th of January, that is later this week, along with its third quarter results. While Yes Bank is in the red today, seeing a minor bit of profit taking as the board meets today to decide on a successor for Rana Kapoor.
Well, media companies like HD Media, Jagran Prakashan and DB Corp gain anywhere between 5 to 20% after the Information and Broadcasting Ministry hikes the ad rates for the print media by 25%. Well, Ashwani Gujral of ashwanigujral.com joins us on the show now. Ashwani, well, in the last few minutes, we have seen a tad bit of pickup. What's your expectation? Will we build up on this momentum in the last hour or so?
See, today is a sideways session, so the idea should have been to sell the gap up and then to buy the dip. If you bought the dip, right about here you can take some profits off, because the market does not have the same sort of momentum that it had yesterday. So while some private banks are higher and possibly that could build on, but I don't think from an intraday basis as well there's great risk reward right now.
And what are your stock picks, and also a specific word, Ashwani, on Group Finance, because that one is down 10% in trade today. In fact, it's down by 20-30% from the start of this year already.
See, it was an overvalued stock, and at some point the overvaluation does tend to come off. So my sense is that it will go down even further, and possibly you should see 190, 200 coming on Group Finance. So I don't think that's worthy of buying. Maybe HDFC is the only gainer here, so in this entire deal HDFC can be bought. Having said that, SBI is a buy with a stop of 300, target of 321. HDFC is a buy with a stop of 1960, target of 2010. And ITC is a buy with a stop of 283, target of 297.
Okay. Ashwani, did you put out a trade on Axis today?
See, Axis, the trade was yesterday. It did well yesterday and had a follow-up today. But the PSU banks, which early morning got sold off, they are beginning to see fresh buying again. Axis Bank, definitely some sort of momentum has started, and in the days to come, you'll find levels higher than 700.
Okay, all right. Ashwani, thanks very much for joining in, and we'll speak with you on the top of 2:30. Disclosures, Ashwani? Safe to assume you have positions clients have been advised?
No, we've just taken off the bank Nifty long positions now, so now we are flat.
Okay, Ashwani, thanks very much. Well, on that note, let's get some opinion in from Mohammed Al Arian in an exclusive conversation with CNBC. He spoke about the slowdown in the US economy, the factors behind it. He also added that he's not seeing that there is a recession or a big financial crisis which is on the cards, even though he is talking about a slowdown. Listen in.
It's hard to find any systemic weakness in the US economy. Yes, there may be small pockets, but overall the economy is doing well. And you saw this from the employment report most recently. I worry about China. And secondly, let's not forget how much risk-taking happened during the period of ample and predictable liquidity from central banks. So if you're looking at the market as a whole, it's a global concept, not just a US concept, and we have to deal with a weaker global economy, and we have to deal with the fact that the technicals can easily turn negative. What happened in 2008 was very special. It's because the banking system was at risk, and the minute you put the banking system at risk, you put the payments and settlement system at risk. We're not there. The concept that a slowdown in the US means recession or means a financial crisis, that's just wrong.
Okay, so don't see any systemic risk for the US markets. That's the word coming in from Mohammed Al Arian. But on that note, we'll have to slip into a short break. Infosys is one stock which is gaining in trade on the backdrop of the fact that the company is considering a buyback along with its Q3 earnings on January 11th. We'll get you more details on that when we return.